The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered 12. I covered.
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Well, boys and girls, it's great to see you. Thank you for being a part of this show called The Bostonian versus the Book. Happy Monday. Welcome in to another episode. We are live on our YouTube channel and Twitter X at Boston versus the Book. He is Dave Sherapan, the book. I am Matt Perrault, the Bostonian, and we're replayed on Sports Grid Television and on Sirius XM channel 159. It is good to be back, Dave. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see the brigade.
Good to see you as well. We're good. We got things we're taking care of off the air, but we're good. And yeah, pretty excited to be here today. I mean, we missed a couple days and a lot of things happened. I mean, the Celtics lost a couple games and everybody was looking for where's BvB? They want to see if Matt's okay. Matt's fine. It's okay. The Celtics are fine. Everybody relax. They lost a couple games. They could make a shot. We'll get to that. The hockey's been fantastic. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, the hockey lives up to it every time. Just in every series, you find a way to just get there with the hockey. It's awesome. They're releasing a schedule this week. I don't know if you've heard. The Eagles are already playing the home game against the Cowboys.
Mikey Stacks.
Mikey Stacks.
What are we doing?
Eagles Survivor Week 1 over them boys. $. Absolutely right, Mikey Stacks.
Really? We're already taking survivor shots.
Listen, they went and got Pickens. Maybe that'll help the Cowboys.
He's not a number 2 receiver according to the Jones family, though. They got him, but he's not our number 2. Okay, sure, whatever.
I mean, listen, you take a couple of days off, and everything keeps moving in sports. We got some crazy stories. The industry story. The baseball story with the fans and what they're doing with people, like with games. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That one hit me in the below the belt. When you see that, and we'll get to it, does it make you mad?
It only makes me mad because the level of stupidity is incredible. It's a Saturday afternoon in May. Like, what are we doing? Like, Lance McCullers is what we're referencing, where his kids got death threats for giving up 7 earned runs to the Reds in the first inning in his second start since coming back from his first start since 2022.
Right.
The guy hadn't pitched in forever, and he gave up 3 earned runs in his first start. In his second start, he blew up. He didn't pitch well, and he got death threats because of it. Like, what are we doing? Like, that is insane. Like, there is the level of idiotic behavior that is. I don't even know where to begin. Like, and I give him credit for standing there and talking about it because he didn't have to do that. I'm sure it didn't get better for him after bringing it up, given the nature of the world. So, but yeah, that sucked. That was like, come on, as a parent, like, come on, like you can't be doing that.
No.
Got a lot of basketball, got a lot of hockey to get into. It may be last night, but this is when we do for the whole entire weekend. We talk about what just went on. So what happened last night? What happened this weekend? We'll start with the Pacers yesterday because they blew out the Cavaliers 129-109 in Game 4. They go up 3-1 over the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, that being the Cleveland Cavaliers. 3-0 deficit, you're dead. 3-1, you're not completely mathematically out of it, but are the Cavs done?
You guys from Cleveland, come up close. Come up, look me right in the eye here. Like Vince Carter said in that GIF that I use all the time, it's over.
Right.
It's over. It's over. All right. You got problems with the health at the wrong time. There's a lot of people taking liberties and calling the Cleveland Cavaliers the biggest fraud team They did this in the regular season. Didn't mean anything. Blah 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 blah. That's a good basketball team. But Indiana is, I think, a really good basketball team playing really good basketball for 4 months now. This shouldn't be that big of a surprise. That
Dave,
number was
40.
a little bit out of whack.
It was 40. They were down 40.
Yeah, I don't know what I explained yesterday. That was
like they were like it's. I know being down 3-1 is difficult, but they weren't just down yesterday. It was 93-36. like that doesn't make any sense. Like you saw, what was that? It was 93-63. Sorry, it was a 30-40 point lead. Like you start looking at this deficit, and you're like, how did Cleveland get the 1 seed? Donovan Mitchell's one player. I know injuries. And look, I'm not going to completely blame Cleveland. Calling them a fraud, I think, is really unfair because you're dealing with Darius Garland with a pretty significant toe injury. Mobley doesn't look right. We know that you can't dislocate your thumb. Hunter was all out of sorts yesterday. He dislocated his thumb. He didn't look right. He hasn't played right. And Mitchell gets hurt. He doesn't play the entire second half. 3-1. Do we even go back to Indiana? Does Cleveland even win Game 5?
What do you think? What does the brigade think? You basketball heads in here, type it in there. Is it over in 5?
I think that we're not going back. I think it's over in 5. I think this is it. They're just too banged up. Indiana's playing their best basketball. They're coached by a very good coach. And look, the one game that they lost, Halliburton was.
Wait, P-Roll, you're saying all this, and Cleveland is an 8.5 point favorite tomorrow night.
Yeah. So
Pacers go there and win.
Yeah. It don't matter to me. I mean, the numbers have been wrong. The numbers don't matter. If you ever want to talk about, like, this is a great topic for us to get into at some point, but like the death of the point spread was something that happened in the NFL 5 years ago, 6 years ago, where we stopped caring about the point spread. The point spread didn't matter anymore. If you bet on +3, +4, the team that was the dog that was winning outright, like if they covered, they won outright like 60, 70% of the time. Didn't matter how many points they were getting. They didn't need any of them. They won. Mm-hmm. This NBA playoffs, this has been about wins, not point spreads. The last 2 games, 2 of the last 3 games yesterday and Saturday, the point spreads mattered. Denver
Saturday. Yeah.
Denver lost and covered. And the Timberwolves won. Golden State lost, but covered. But that up to that point had not been the case. It had been dog outright or favorite covers easily. So I don't think that really matters. 8 points, 9 points, 10 points. I don't think it matters. Indiana wins the game outright in Game 5.
Oh, I see Jackie in Florida's in the chat. Good to see you, Jackie. She says it's over for the Cavs. She's a Cleveland person. She's warming up the pipes, Whitrock said. Pacers in 5, Nikki Ciaramella. I mean, the people have spoken. T. Boyd, good to see you. Tyrone, it's over in 5.
What are they playing for? I mean, what is Cleveland playing for?
The city.
Okay.
The uniform. The organization. What do you mean what are we playing?
Mitchell's hurt. Mitchell, I mean,
yeah.
You have no Donovan Mitchell. If you don't have Darius Garland, who was he's the straw that stirs the whole drink. Without him, and he's playing, but he's not playing effectively. He doesn't look like himself. These guys are all. This is just a wrong time to have a litany of injuries, and so
time for everything.
And you have a Pacer team that is clicking. They're playing really well.
Bear Wallings, good to see you in here, sir. Cleveland is playing for my 18-1 future. Damn it!
I have a +550. I mean, I took that too. I have a 5-1 ticket on Cleveland. It's dead.
Man.
I'm just hoping we could somehow get to a Game 7 so I can hedge and take Indiana and make my bet back. But
you should bet Indiana on the money line right now for Game
to win the series or to win the next game.
Just win Game 5.
Well, then Cleveland wins and I'm wrong, and then all of a sudden I'm now down 2 minutes. I don't want to chase.
Then you take Indiana again.
Oh, great!
Well, they have the nerve. Let's advance it a little bit.
Yeah.
If Cleveland wins tomorrow, and Cleveland goes to Indiana, where they were favored in both games.
Yep, they lose.
Will they come with the Indiana dog again? Cleveland will be favored in Game 6.
Oh, hell yeah. 100%. Yeah. The numbers tell you so. Like, that's just, Boston was favored by 5 after losing 2 games at home, and they won by 24.
Well, who didn't see that coming?
I'm just saying, like, these are the numbers tell you that Cleveland on paper should be much better than Indiana, and they haven't been.
I'm old enough to remember when the Celtics were minus 110 to win the series.
Now it's what, $3?
I didn't look yet today.
I think it's $3.
Yeah,
price now on it. before we play Game 4.
Will Cleveland even get the series back to Indiana? I think they will, but I think it's done.
Yeah, I think it's done. Minnesota, led by their stars. Ant played great yesterday. Double from Julius Randle. 102-97. They win over the Warriors. They go up.
This was Saturday.
Saturday. Yep.
Yes.
And then tonight we've got T-Wolves laying 5, and the total's up to 200.5 here for this one.
I gotta be honest, I didn't watch too much of this game Saturday, so I don't have a strong feeling. Like, is this the circle the wagon game for the Golden State Warriors where they can actually not just cover but win?
Well, I'll update you. They got 43 points out of Jimmy Butler and lost. So
that's not good.
If you're gonna get a 40 burger from Jimmy and you lose,
that's not good, bro.
Tonight's not gonna go well for Golden State.
It's another under?
No, over finally, but I got 199.
Okay.
So I think it finally goes over, but only because they went too low. I mean, 199.5 is too low. Come on.
You're always searching for the bottom.
Well, they found it.
Right.
199.5 is the bottom because they finally got over money to come in here and push the thing up a point to 205. It's going to be right there. It's going to come down to 1 or 2 shots. Like it's.
See King of Car Seats in there. Where's D Stout 1930 from Kaminga?
So they got, but it didn't matter.
He's excited. This is real. This is Minnesota can actually go to the NBA Finals. Dickie Ciramello, Minnesota in 5.
Well, that's the problem.
What do they lead? 2-1 right now?
Yeah. So they'll go up 3 games to 1, but the problem is that they're going to have to face OKC. OKC, this is the funniest line of the day. Denver lost yesterday. OKC tied up 2 games apiece, and it's $6. OKC in a 2 out of 3. They have home court, but it was minus 820 to start this series.
Yeah.
And now it's a best of 3, and it's minus 600.
Which legit maybe should be a little bit more.
Really?
Closer to the series price. If the series price was 820 before the series started,
right?
You get 2-2 to this point, and you still got 2 home games for OKC. They should win this series. I'd put it closer to the original price if I really believed in the number. So, I mean, you could make that argument.
But don't you have evidence that Denver is better than that? That Denver's won in OKC.
The only thing that I saw yesterday was some bad basketball in the first half.
Oh, it was ugly. Really?
Ain't nobody could make a shot.
Ugly.
So I'm watching it, and I had bet OKC on the money line.
Okay.
And when they were up big, I took an absurd price on the Denver Nuggets, like plus $6.
Okay. Money
just
line.
To make sure that, just the money line, just to see if it was worthwhile to even have a shot at coming back.
I played the other way. I played it plus 7 Denver pre-flop, and then I took plus 2 on OKC.
Oh, okay.
In-game.
Right.
I played with the points.
Yeah. So that's one of those like you saw it and you went, uh-oh. Like I literally thought, geez, if Denver gets this game, they're going to win the series.
Oh, yeah.
But then that second half went the way it did.
Mm.
And I think somebody said it in the chat there. Joker looks sluggish, Daniel G. He missed a lot of shots. Great wedding picture.
By the way, look at that picture.
Oh, yeah. They got some monster pictures.
That's Valley of Fire.
Yeah, they were here. Yeah.
I know they're here, but that's Valley
Yeah.
of Fire, right? Or is
Yeah, I
that- or is that
apologize,
Red Rock?
Daniel G. I wanted to come down and give you and Mrs. G a hug. I got a lot of stuff going on. I couldn't get
I was
down
in
there now,
Jamaica,
but-
right?
Yeah.
I wasn't here. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure
They
I
were
wasn't here.
they were here,
Sorry.
but he invited me down to Legacy Club. I couldn't make it, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, the picture's awesome. OKC is awesome, but there's still questions. There's still why can't Minnesota, if they win, beat OKC? I think they can.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards has to be the best player in the series, and he can be, but he's going to outplay SGA, which is not going to be easy to do.
Oh,
So I mean, Ant needs to be. There's a Finals MVP. I wish the NBA did their version of the Conn Smythe. That would be fun, but he needs to be the best player on the court,
right.
and I don't know if he can be against that team. War. That's a war. That's a 7-game war.
Joe the Fat Panda just came in the chat and said Denver fans in the office are very confident that yesterday was an aberration and that they're going to win. Really?
If so, I hope you're betting that, because if you're right, you're going to cash a nice ticket because you got a nice price right now.
I don't know about that. I'm really not sure about that. Joe.
What's the aberration, I guess, would be my question. Like, what was the thing that happened yesterday that won't happen again? The poor shooting? The fact that they couldn't hit the broadside of the barn in the first half? I mean, maybe, I guess. Both teams had that problem because they had a quicker turnaround than usual. They both were exhausted. So once we got to the second half, they both kind of got their sea legs back underneath them. But in the first half, neither one, I mean, it was 16-9, right? That was the final score of the first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Single digits.
It was ridiculous.
Single digits.
Yeah. So, but it was both teams that really played poorly in the first quarter. So
Correct.
I have what's the aberration? Because OKC was right there with them. So yeah, the 8-point first quarter. I mean, yeah, sure. That's an aberration. But both teams were bad. It was 17-8. Thank you. Not 16-9. Sorry, 17-8. Same difference. I mean, it was just a ridiculously low scoring first quarter because both teams couldn't score. I don't know. I'm not inclined to say that Denver's shooting or OKC's shooting. They'll both shoot better in Game 5, but you'll be in OKC. So most likely it's going 7 just because Denver. I mean, they lost the game, but Denver, that was the biggest point spread for the Denver Nuggets at home in the last 7 years. Like, they haven't been 7-point dogs to anyone, playoffs or regular season at home. Like, that number was way too high. They lost. Probably should have lost by 3, and I'm losing by 5 because of what happened at the end of the game. But
ask the chat, you guys. Well, does this series go 7?
I think so.
Just yes or no. Yes or no
Yeah.
on 7. I don't think it does.
Really?
I don't think it does.
So we wrap it in 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Can see it. I mean, OKC's capable of it.
But it can be 6 Denver.
Oh, no.
Denver can't win Game 5?
If they do, they're losing Game 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Denver's not winning the next 2 games. No.
Wow.
OKC is, 7 games. I would agree. It can happen in 7 games. It's not happening in 6 games for Denver. If Denver wins, they're winning. Okay, they're winning in OKC in a Game 7 because the Thunder just aren't used to playing. They just choke, which is possible. I don't think Denver's cooked, Mike. I disagree with that. I don't think they're cooked. I think they're gonna have a tough time. But if it's in 6, it's OKC in 6. If Denver wins, it's 7. Denver in 7, OKC in 6 or 7, depending on how it goes.
I don't know. I don't think Denver wins the 7th game in OKC.
Fair. Yeah, I can see that.
My concern. So,
and that's why the price is $6.
yes.
Because the books agree. They don't think Denver can win.
That's the one. Yeah.
Denver can't win Game 7 on the
Yeah.
road. So they're saying, okay, we're going to get the price where it is because it's a real big long shot that the Nuggets can go on the road and win 2 games, if not 1.
Right.
So that's why the price is what it is.
Yeah.
You mentioned the hockey playoffs. The Vegas Golden Knights with the miracle of miracle wins. Riley Smith, 0.4 seconds, banks a shot off a stick. It goes in the net. It beats the buzzer. Vegas had an own goal that tied the game at 3 about 4 minutes earlier.
Unbelievable.
They had everybody go, how in the heck did you give up that goal?
Oh.
And then Riley Smith, who has had 2 really, really cool goals by himself in this series, does all the work, gets the game winner, and Vegas stays alive. They were going to go down. I think they were going to lose that game in overtime. They would have been down 3-0, and instead they stay alive. And they tonight face off against Edmonton as dogs again, minus 125 for the Oilers. The total 6.5, and Skinner is in net for the Oilers. Is this just bad luck for Edmonton that Picard, depending on how I say the kid's name, that he's hurt and he can't play, and that they got to go to Skinner because he was awful, and that's why they made the goalie change, and that determined the series against the Kings, and now they're back to old Swiss cheese in net.
Just feel for the Edmonton. Like, they're supposed like they I don't even know how to describe it. But then when they got the tying goal, I thought, oh, this is done. This is done.
You felt it.
And again, Kendall was texting me. Kendall was at bowling, right? And she goes, are you watching a basketball game? And I said, no, I'm watching the hockey game. She said, oh, well, it's a 1-point game. You should watch the basketball game. And I said, well, who's going to win? She said, I think Golden State. I said, I think the T-Wolves. And so then we went back and forth on who do you think is going to win, the Knights or the Oilers? And she said, I think the Knights. So when they were cruising and winning, she was good. As soon as that goal went in for Edmonton, I said, we're going to overtime. So you guys will hopefully be home. We'll watch it when you get home. When that goal went in, where the hell was Skinner going? What was he doing? I felt so bad. I was like, oh, no. But I was like, hey, Knights won.
Right. Yeah.
We're live.
We're live.
You know, we can win game 4 and bring this thing back tied. Because I thought, I mean, after the second game here, I thought the Oilers were, they were the odds-on favorite. I made them to win this series and then win the next series. Like, I looked at it and said, they're going to win. And now all the doubt is there. Oh, what is the line for today? I didn't even
125. Small price. 6.5, heavy juice to the over.
Yeah.
135 price to the over.
Yorkie Morris. Skinner went to get a hot dog. Yorkie, that looked like you sometimes when you come out. You know, you used to come out and challenge the shooter. Man, I don't know. I know I'll be watching that tonight. That goal was crazy, Jimmy Football. I don't know. The game's so good. And I mean, the games have been good, period. Washington, Carolina is good too in a different way.
Vinny Bonvy was texting me during the game.
I saw it was the same with me. I didn't even want to
mention it. And he was, I don't want to say he was talking trash, but he was kind of like, you know, it's our year. He was feeling good about himself. And it's like, ouch. And you're right. All that doubt just comes in here and starts to create, or Edmonton's like, again, are we doing this again? We're going to lose this series again. How does that happen? How do we give up that goal with 0.4 seconds to go to Riley Smith? Like, it just can't be. Tonight, Vegas has to score first. Put the puck in first and make all of that Oiler crowd, make everybody go, you're kidding me, right? Here we go again. Just keep the doubt rolling with Edmonton, and you can find your way to a 2-2 tie. 6-5
an over game? Like, wow, okay, Yorkie. Wow. I was going to ask you, is this an over game? I think it is. I think this is an over series. But I don't know if Vegas getting a lead didn't work in games 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's JPC's the first team to score lost every game.
Right? Good call, JPC DeForest. Good to see you here, sir. Yeah, I don't think there's a way, a path tonight that goes, if this happens, then this team wins. This series is so all over the place. I mean, Leon Draisaitl put in a goal in his own net. Like, as that's coming across the slot, like you throw your hands up. Like, I don't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you can't allow that to happen. But I mean, him and McDavid had one of the prettiest goals of the entire playoffs.
Oh, that was
win the game Saturday.
yeah.
That or the second game.
Yep.
That was an unbelievable pass and play and finish. And I don't know. Have we got confirmation for the goalies? Is
Yes.
it Picard or is it Skinner?
Skinner. They announced it yesterday. Skinner's in net.
It's got to give the Knights a little bit of confidence.
Jump?
Going
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, okay, boys, let's go. We know who's in net.
Oh,
like,
Chris Garby came in the chat and said it out loud. Skinner's not won a game this playoffs.
No, and he's played 3 games. They've lost 3 games. I mean, remember, they pulled him after the 2 losses to LA for a reason. For a reason. And now, yes, good point about Mark Stone, Linus. I was just about to say this. Stone is back. He's a game-time decision, but it looks like he's going to play. So that's
so bizarre. You have no idea what happened to him. Like they show the injury. They don't tell nobody. It looks like it could be worse than it is, but it could not be something not that bad. You have no idea. The amount of unknown
for hockey
in the hockey playoffs is like no other time of any other sport.
Yeah, no one would have any knowledge of what actually he's dealing with, but he is scheduled to play. The first game tonight is Washington, Carolina. We are 3-0 to the under. The books keep on hanging 5.5. 2-1, 3-1, 4-0. It's another under game, is it not? These two teams can't do anything but play unders.
If we were in the room, I'd stand on the table and say, let's put up 5 and let them get over. Why not?
Yes.
Let them.
I'm
Just
stunned.
do it.
I'm really stunned that we haven't seen this yet.
Thompson is horrible, Yorkie.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
What?
I mean, he wasn't horrible in the 2-1 and 3-1 games. He wasn't good in game 3, but I don't think he's horrible.
This is playoff hockey that we grew up on.
Yeah.
This is space is very hard. They're letting them play. It's very physical, but not cheap. It's physical, but not cheap.
Okay.
Unlike one of them other series where they're taking shots and runs at guys that's completely getting out of control. And listen, for you guys that like say, oh, what is this guy talking about? Oh, America's soft. Oh, like I'm getting these tweets. They're going after Furman because Furman said you may need to suspend somebody. And I replied with, listen, I love physical play. Furman was a goalie. So, that doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's talking about. But the physical play during the course of play is welcome and fine.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not going to suspend a guy for a cross check to the face, then you're not. No one's getting suspended. Like,
well, that's the thing.
No one's getting suspended. If you don't suspend a guy for a cross check to the face for a 5-minute major, then nobody's getting suspended.
Right. So, like, that's you kind of just understand that in the playoffs. Like, you just do the penalty, and that's it, and forget about the suspensions. There's not really any coming, but this is an under series. This is the way they play. They know each other as good as anybody, and it is definitely an under series. So I'd go to 5. And let them go.
I agree, and I'm on the under. Are you surprised by the price? $265.
I'm shocked.
If this is an under series in an under game, it's 1 or 2 goals. We're talking 2-1, 3-1, right? Somewhere in that range.
Yep.
$265 for the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Oh my. Is that because nobody wants the Capitals and they got to get a price high enough to get people to bet the Capitals? Because this price seems to be inflated.
The numbers on Carolina have been for a couple years now super high compared to what you get now.
That's because they know Thompson.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's part of it. And the home team winning, the home team in game 3 is one of the strongest theories. Put it in a calendar, put a note, go in the BvB Discord and put it in there or go to thebvbshow.com, join the Discord.
You need an asterisk, though. It's everybody but the Knicks.
That's fine. Whatever. But betting a team, no matter what happens in the first 2 games, betting the home team in game 3 of a playoff series in the second round on, so you don't get that many opportunities, is money. Dallas won, Florida won, Carolina won.
Not Edmonton.
Edmonton did not. So you went 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
And you laid the least juice on Edmonton, so you still made out.
Mm-hmm.
I get why the line's is high. I don't agree with it. I think Washington can win. This tells me this line says Washington got no shot of winning. Some would tell you it's because Logan Thompson's in that.
I don't know if I'd say it's because Logan Thompson's in that. I just think it's because Carolina plays this very controlled style and they throw $1,000 on the net. And right now it's working. And there hasn't been an answer because really they've contained Ovechkin. They haven't given up many power plays.
That's key. They're not taking penalties.
Right.
It's very important in the playoffs to not take too many penalties and keep it 5-on-5. Carolina, as good as anybody, 5-on-5. As good as anybody. And Anderson's doing exactly what they need him to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is stop the primary shot, leave minimal rebounds, and always be in position. He's literally done everything. Make the first save and cover the puck. Or kick it to the corner, don't leave the rebound.
So this is a good question. Which game is a better brand of hockey or a more entertaining game to watch? This game, where it's going to be 2-1, or Vegas Edmonton, which it could be 6-5. Which one's more fun?
Hockey heads, you guys can type it in the chat. I love them both because I'm a hockey guy. I'm good with a baseball game being 2-1 or 1-0. I really enjoy that.
But
for the regular people, the new fan, it ain't even close. It's VGK at Edmonton. There it is. Look, I mean, they're coming in the chat right there. I mean, Chevy P, JPC the fourth, Yorkie, a hockey guy too. More goals are better.
I don't see. Football. I fell asleep during the thing that I would push back on that, Linus, is it's a different type of stress. So like a Golden Knights game where it's 6-5, you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Every shot, you're like, oh my God, is that it? Is that going to score? Oh gosh, can you make a save? Breakaways, power plays, you get revved up because you think the team's going to score. But on the other side, in a 2-1 hockey game, every single shift, every shot, every mistake becomes like, oh no, because if it goes to 3-1, you're done.
Yep.
So I think the 2-1 is far more stressful. The 2-1 is far more intense to me. So it's more entertaining on a 2-1 level than a 6-5 ping pong match where it's just like goal, 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 goal. That gets to be, it's fun, but I don't know if that's playoff hockey to me.
I don't know if it is either by that name. I know it's damn entertaining.
Yeah.
I know, and like, look, Addison and Wrench says I have more prop bets in Washington, Carolina. So that might be the case. If you like betting unders, you like that style of hockey. If you like betting overs, then you probably like the other one. Give me Carolina, Washington all day long for Whitrock. Love a good physical, low scoring, edge of your seat game. It stays that way longer. And I see Football Guy 97 in here. He's got turned on to hockey because of us. And
good
listening and watching the show. We were texting and trading text Saturday, and I said, get your popcorn ready when Edmonton went up.
Yeah.
And like I bet the Oilers pregame. I took 2.5 with Knights when they were down 2-0. Then I bet the money line when they were down 2-0 as well, just to see if it would come back. And then tried to get the 1.5 with Edmonton when they were down. So more goals leaves you more options in game. As a fan, it depends on my mood.
Okay.
It's some nights I'll take the defensive game where I can just kind of go, wow, every shot, But I mean, Saturday night was pretty damn fun watching that game go back and forth with all those goals. So it was good to get a little bit of both.
I am a original 6 old school hockey guy.
Yeah.
I think 6-5 looks like a Tuesday night in Alberta. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
I would rather see real playoff hockey. Tight, controlled, physical.
Yep.
Somebody steps on a line, we're gonna give them a face wash. We're gonna get after it both, before the whistle and after the whistle. I recognize Carolina and Washington.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I recognize that. That's playoff hockey. I don't really recognize 6-5, 5-4. I don't really. That's like, what's that? That's not playoff hockey.
Yeah.
What are we doing? But that's Western Conference playoff hockey, and that was always the thing. As a Bruins fan, we would always see like the Western Conference playoffs, and we would say, "You guys play Mickey Mouse. You don't play real versions of hockey." Yeah. The Oilers, you've got Wayne Gretzky. You've got these guys that we like Cam Neely. You like Wayne Gretzky. 2 very different styles of play.
Oh, the Smite Division. And kids, you'll have to look it up. Anyone, older than 40 remembers the divisions. And the Smite Division was the West Division in Canada, and Edmonton and Calgary and LA Kings and Winnipeg. And it was just back and forth, and it was wide open. And I used to say the same thing even before I even was betting or anything, going, the East Coast is going to, the Eastern Conference team is going to beat the crap out of those guys. And sometimes they did, most times they did, sometimes they didn't. But when the Penguins got good, they were scoring a lot of goals. Like, it was so we had 6-5 games, and I can tell you firsthand, it is fun as hell to beat the game when it's 6-5. The back and forth, the emotion up, down, it's different than the stress. Like you said it, the low scoring game is stress. Like,
yeah, every shot.
Right. Did you get it? Save. Okay.
Every save.
Every penalty, you're like,
right.
Oh no, this is it. This is it.
How much fun is a puck off the goalpost when it's 2-1? Like, it's just that ding, that sound is unlike any sound you'll ever hear in sports. When your team is up 2-1, protecting a 2-1 lead. It's the third period, and you hear that ding, and you're like, oh, thank goodness it didn't go in because it beat the goaltender. Now, goalies, Yorkie, and you will tell us, well, I play from the posts. I that's not in the goal. That's outside the goal. So I have my angles right. You hit the post. That's fine. I don't care. True. But as we've seen, these pucks this year, I don't know. This is just a fluky thing, but I've seen more ping pong goals where pucks just kind of like ding, 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 ding into the back of the net than I can remember in the playoffs.
It's unreal. Like,
not just like a slap shot, one timer,
deflection, right?
Yeah,
this is off of guys. Yeah,
also off of somebody's stick, off of a skate, off of a shin guard, like something that's put the puck into the net where it's like, wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to happen, and it's happened a lot in the first 2 rounds for whatever reason.
It is. It's unbelievable. And then, you get to that game last night. Toronto couldn't do anything. They were in the game. It was 1-0 for the longest time.
Yep.
And they just couldn't get pucks to the net. At one point, it was 31-13 shots on goal. And it was funny because I was on a phone with Kelsey. She was back home. She was watching a game with my brother, Uncle Dan.
Nice.
And she FaceTimed me and said, who do you think is going to win this game? I said, Florida's going to win. And she's like, you think so? What's the score? And I said, 2-0. And it was beginning of the third period. She goes, that's it. I said, Toronto's not scoring. You just know, like, sometimes, right? But
up to that point, though, that had been an extremely high-scoring series.
Yes.
And Bobrovsky had been awful.
He was great last night.
So he was great last night. So you finally saw a Bobrovsky game and a 2-1 win.
Yeah.
Florida's price is not heavy, though. It's only $2
for
to win the series.
Oh, series price.
Series price. It's only $2.
They only have one more home game. What are you talking about?
That's the price.
I know, but that's higher than what it was when the series opened.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you think it's more? I would argue this should be closer to the series price.
Okay.
or the closing series price.
Can Toronto win the series?
Ask to do a poll.
Maple Leaf fans are any Maple Leaf fans going to tell you they're done. Like that they've already gone. They're already into their bag of woe is me. Pour me a drink. Leafs fall in the spring. Like they're already on to that. Like I haven't seen a single fan from Toronto that feels like their team's winning this series.
I know.
They're all just resigning themselves that this is it. Same old, same old. We're done.
Wow, Chicago Kristen, good to see you. Just popped in the chat. Toronto was like a drunk college freshman, just couldn't get it in.
Jesus Christmas.
I mean, we don't even have to apologize to Will for that one.
What are we doing?
Well worded. As our lawyer right there. Good job. Good job. You and John are going to have a very good conversation tonight at dinner.
Maple Leafs are a lock
A
to what?
lock.
To lose or win.
A lock.
To do what? To lose? Okay.
I tweeted at Biz on Saturday night. He liked the tweet. I was hoping he retweeted it. He did not. But you got a feel for what's Biz Nasty saying, Santana. I know he's wearing his jacket. He's trying to use all his tricks, all the good luck, like anything you got. But damn, like that I'm more worried if I have a Tampa or a Toronto ticket than I am if I have a Florida ticket right now.
Unbelievable. Every year. This price is wild. Dallas is now minus 345 to beat Winnipeg after winning game 3 yesterday.
I agree with this price.
Do you really? It's over, huh?
Man, what do we got to do to get Winnipeg to win that game, whatever
Easy.
that game is?
Connor Hellebuck not playing goal on the road. Okay. If you want to win, he can't play game 4. He can't play game 4. They have played 4 games on the road in these playoffs. He's given up at least 4 goals in all of them.
Well, let's score 5, boys. Can't we say with that? Can't we score 5?
Ottinger's not giving up 5 goals, Dave. Ottinger's not giving up 5 goals at home. Ottinger's not giving up 5 goals.
Has he given up 5 goals this series combined so far?
I don't know.
Right? 2 yesterday. 4 the game before, so 6. Yeah, I think he did. So
you cannot play Hellebuck. You cannot play him. Like if you want to win game 4, you cannot play Hellebuck in net. Can't.
Oh, what the Hellebuck. Good job, CBW. Had to read it.
It's just insane to see how poorly he has played on the road this year. And I'm not saying all the goals are his fault.
Right.
But against teams that can score like Dallas, you need him to be, all-star, all-worldly level, and he just is not going to deliver that for you. He got past St. Louis, okay, but he got yanked in the St. Louis games for a reason.
It's fascinating to watch in real time because this guy's one of the finalists for the Vezina Trophy, one of the 3 best goalies in the league.
But he also has this on his resume.
Addison and Ranch Hellebuck is now 1-10 the last 11 road games. Winnipeg has lost by 3 or more in 9 of the 10 losses.
It's not just like 2-1. Oh, shucks.
Wow.
It's 5-2. It's 7-2.
Wow. Credit Jonathan Davis. Thank you very much for that, Addison. You guys make this show. Seriously. I cannot thank you guys enough for all this help and doing this and bringing stuff up like that. That is bad. You're right, Jimmy Football. There's no chance they bench him, dude.
I would. Do you want to win? Yes or no? That's my answer to him, to the team, would be, I have to look out for the team. Man. And you're 0-4 in this in the playoffs on the road. Sorry. You're sitting down. I don't care who you are, what award you're going to win. I don't care. I want to win the series.
They're only minus 140 tomorrow. Minus 140 in game 4 at home.
Dallas is or Winnipeg?
Dallas.
Right.
They're only minus 140.
Bet them again. I bet Dallas money line yesterday. I'll bet Dallas money line in game 4.
Yeah.
Until further notice, I am betting on Dallas to win and win this series.
Okay.
They're the better team.
Man.
And then Dallas will have a really interesting matchup because if it's Vegas, I think that they can beat Vegas. If it's Edmonton, we'll see who plays in net. But I mean, Dallas right now, remember everyone back on April 25th was really, really down on the Dallas Stars. Dead, dusted, goodbye, 7 straight losses. Then they lose game 1, 8 straight losses. This team's a disaster. They can't do any. Oh my God, they're in the cup final. Because
I thought they were going to lose to Colorado.
That's what it's looking like. It's looking like they're going to wind up in the cup final, which is what they were the odds-on favorite before the 8-game losing streak. They were the odds-on favorite to win the cup. So the price was right then. And if you got in then after the 8-game losing streak, you got a hell of a price. I think they were as high as 15-1 to win the whole thing.
You're right, Linus. Rantanen is
Oh my God.
absolute game wrecker.
We haven't seen this before. He's doing historic things right now.
Yeah. That game where he ended up with the hat trick and the clincher and they went nuts. Like, you see what he's done so far? Like, since it's just 3 points, 4 points.
He's accounted for 16 of their 17 goals.
Doesn't make sense.
He's been involved in 16 of the last 17 goals.
Yeah.
He's been involved. So explain this to me. He was 2 games ago, he was 9-1 to win the Conn Smythe.
Uh-huh.
He's now the odds-on favorite.
Oh, for sure.
At plus 460, though.
Yep.
Any value on Rantanen to take a 5-1 shot at him to win the Conn Smythe?
If you think Dallas is going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals, yes. It's the only way. You have to bet it.
Yeah.
Because if they win the series against Winnipeg and then win the next series, it's going to be, I don't know, plus 150.
Yeah.
You know,
Because Dallas
he's going to be the favorite.
Plus 330 to win it all, and Rantanen is plus 460.
Yeah. It's definitely better than that price.
Right.
Right. I just, because the thing about the Conn Smythe is the whole playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just the finals.
Mm-hmm. But no one's been better than
Nobody.
Mikko Rantanen.
Nobody.
He's on another planet right now. The
No
goal
joke.
the game-winning goal he scored yesterday was just like, are you kidding me? Like, what the 4-2 goal was just like, the 3-2 goal was fluky and lucky. The 4-2 goal was, oh my God, like, what the hell was that? He just waited, and then dropped down upper 90.
Yeah.
4-2, game over.
Jimmy Jack just gave it a chat and said, it's like that NBA Jam. He's on fire. He is on fire. This is historic. It's changed the momentum of the entire Western Conference playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And
what a trade.
it legit makes Dallas the odds-on favorite now.
They are right now, plus
Yeah.
330.
That's why.
Dallas 330, Carolina 360, Edmonton 380, Florida $4, Toronto 10-1, and Vegas 11-1.
Wow.
I mean, you could make a case that Vegas can get to the cup final. I mean, the West, Dallas is plus 140, Edmonton plus 165, Vegas is 5-1.
Winnipeg is what?
750.
Probably should be higher.
Right. Yeah. Just set
would
whatever price you want.
I would be going to get the Winnipeg money right now.
Yeah, set whatever price you want.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying, but if we are not the highest on the board, like across the world, we need to be.
Yeah.
Like, go get some Winnipeg money right now, because I don't think they're going to win game 4, which would then double the price. So you might as well get there now.
Yeah, it's going to be 3-1, I think, in that. And then that series is over. Dallas is going to get that W on that. It's going to be fun on this. Interesting story for our news of the industry. All right, so we've talked a lot about the gambling scandals.
Did you see? Do you know what the headline says on that graphic?
Of course. Yes, I made it. Yes.
That goes a whole episode without freezing.
Yes.
I
There's more.
just noticed that. So
There's
we added
3.
that to the thing. It's just, that's
There's
pretty
3,
funny.
though. There's 3 different ones.
Oh, that's the first one time
you see the record lows expected at Dave's house?
It's so cold in his house. It is heating up. It is heating up outside. It is so cold in his house. I sleep in 2 layers. And
Tomorrow, read the bottom left-hand corner tomorrow. So you've read the top left and the
Yeah.
right. Read the bottom
Okay.
left.
That's
Sonic
fantastic.
did an incredible
That is
job.
great,
with-
Sonic. Man,
with
oh
all
man,
those.
it's the first time I saw it.
Yeah,
I've been
so
distracted, boys. Hang
Yeah,
with
yeah,
me. I'm
all
doing
good.
my best. Yep.
It's all good. Read that. It's tremendous. News of the industry, and the NCAA is toying with the idea of allowing athletes to bet on pro sports.
Oh, sure. Why not? What could go wrong with that? Nothing.
So you don't like this?
No, I mean, why not?
NCAA would allow coaches, athletes, and staff members to wager on any pro sports that they wish, according to a report by Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
I don't have a problem with it either. I'm just saying, just know what you're getting into. Just when you make it okay to bet,
Okay.
you make it okay to bet.
But you're limiting what they can bet on. And so what you're saying is, all right, we're going to say to you guys, you're going to gamble. We know you're going to gamble.
Yeah.
So we know that you're going to do this anyway. We want to make sure you don't bet on college. So go ahead and bet on the pros. The NFL has the same rule.
Yeah.
You can bet on anything else except for the NFL. You can't bet on NFL games. You can't even be in a book, but you can bet on basketball and baseball and soccer and whatever else you want.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to do it anyway. So, these kids are going to have money, right? They have NIL money.
There
There
goes
goes the NIL money.
Why?
Yeah, Chicago, Chris. Well, they're going to pay them. They're going to bet with it.
Well, that's fine. Let them bet with it. Do what they. I don't care what people do. I mean, let them do it.
That's fine. It's again, I think you just have to, once you make it, they're pros anyway. I mean,
Right.
college sports are professionals. Like,
Okay,
so
I agree. Yep.
you're allowing them to bet on the actual professional sports. But you mean to tell me if you start like betting on basketball, NBA,
Yeah.
and you go, you know what? I'm going to look at the board. See who's Creighton's playing tonight.
I
They're
don't.
only 6. Oh,
It's
I'm going
the
to play that.
same-
No one will know.
It's the same thing when it comes to the NFL. You can do it, but if you get caught, the punishment is pretty severe because you knew
So if
you
you're a
weren't-
college football player,
Yep.
you can't bet on college basketball.
No,
That's dumb.
I'm okay with that. No college because you have inside knowledge. Then
You do?
yeah, you got a guy on the team that knows. Yeah, it's real. Trust me, I've seen it. I've seen it a lot. Basketball players know football players, vice.
I jinxed it. First freeze of the day. 53 minutes in. Snap your fingers. Damn it. I shouldn't have said nothing.
It's all right. It happens.
There it is.
Great
Yeah.
time to be a bookmaker. Sure.
The books could care less.
I would agree.
Honestly, like it doesn't matter. So is it a good idea? It's a good idea for the books. Where is Butchie? Butchie's working. Actually, I think he's off today. So I think he's running.
I don't have a problem because to me, I want to give them the opportunity to do an adult thing, which is know the limitations that are placed before you. I'm going to give you something, but I'm not giving you everything. And you have to be willing to say yes to this. Because then if you are caught betting on college football or betting on college basketball, I want the hammer thrown at them. Like I want to take away their eligibility. Like end it. You're done. If you
I'm
do
going to
this,
advocate this. We need to figure out a way, and I'll do it, to go around and do seminars with college athletes like they do with the pros.
let's start at UNLV.
And let's go and talk to the basketball team and the football team first.
Okay.
We'll do the other teams if you want us to. That'll have to be, we'll have to negotiate the rates, whatever. I don't know how that'll work.
Right.
But go around and explain to these kids under 25 who have, some of them have 7-figure salaries.
Yep.
And how you need to approach this. It's just supposed to be for fun. You can get in a lot of trouble. Like you have to expose the dangers and what you can get caught up in quickly at the beginning. So then they know the ramifications of, I'm just gonna put in some parlays on Sundays for the NFL. That's all. I like to bet the NBA. You know, I don't have games during the week. I like to bet the NBA. I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Whatever it is. But I think we've had these programs in place in the pros for a while, right?
Mhm.
And there's still problems. There's still scandals. There's still
Well, the NFL
bad things that happen.
correct. Yeah,
So
but
you have to know that this is going to happen.
the NFL stuff is dumb, though. I mean, like the NFL is like, you can't, when you're on the training table, you can't use the team Wi-Fi. Like, that's stupid. like those things are dumb. So for the most part,
they got caught.
but NFL players are allowed to bet on NFL games. NFL players can bet on whenever they want. They just can't bet from the facility, which is stupid. So, like, I feel like we need to. I would rather advocate for a universal, across the board, what's allowed and what's not allowed. I don't like the fact that it's like a inside, you know, depending on which team you're a part of, what league you're a member of, the rules are all different. That gets very complicated and confusing from a legal standpoint.
Right.
Who's allowed to do what? Well, NFL players can bet on whenever they want, but NFL employees, they can't bet on anything to do with the NFL. They can't even be in the book. Why? Well, just because. Aren't the players the one that actually play? Yeah. A ticket guy can't go into the book and make a bet on his team? No. That's stupid.
Yeah, there's a lot of, again, it's all happening at light speed and has been since PASPA passed, but I don't know. Who's going to monitor this?
Well, the same people do it now. The NCAA enforcement. God, they need something to do because paying of players was their main job. And that they don't have that job anymore.
Right.
They don't have to monitor who's getting a bag under the table. So they got to worry about who's betting with whom and on what and for how much.
It's absurd.
Time now for Bet It or Book It. If you guys don't remember, we've moved this up. I'm going to tempt fate, Dave, with our first Bet It or Book It. So I've been doing these 2-leg money line parlays.
Okay.
I've been taking whoever's been playing the Rockies. I started doing it in Jamaica, and I go and find a dance partner that I like.
Okay.
A lot of times is involving your team.
That's fine.
Whoever's playing the Pirates, whoever's playing the White Sox, one of the two. That generally has been the dance partner with fading of this little exercise.
Okay.
The problem is the dead cat bounce is live for the Rockies. They won a game yesterday and then fired Bud Black. I'm still going to fade them. Give me the Rangers money line and your team. I'm fading Skeens. Mets are the best home team in all of baseball. Rangers, Mets, money line parlay is plus 130. Better to book it.
We'll say book it only because I think the Pirates are going to win today.
Beat the Mets?
I think Skeens is going to win the game. Yeah.
He needs to.
I really do. I think Skeens is going to win today against the Mets. They're steaming up. It's 165.
Your bullpen, you trust them?
No. That's why Skeens is going to pitch 7 2/3 tonight.
Mets are 15 and 4.
Is actually really high again.
Your team is 5 and 14 on the road.
Yeah,
and the Mets are 15 and 4 at home.
That's good. That's very good.
So it is Skeens. I'll give you that. But he hasn't been great, Dave. Like Skeens has been a little bit on the questionable side.
I think he pitches good tonight. I think he does. The game's an under. That's my favorite play in the game.
Okay.
The Mets and the Pirates. That game's going under. 7. I don't care. 7 overs juiced. We're going under.
The Rockies are throwing Chase Dollander.
I don't even know who this guy is.
He's 2-3 with a 7.71 ERA. And on the road, he's 0-2 with a 6.1 ERA and 7 earned in 10 innings worth of work.
I don't know. You guys are watching the show live right now. We get a nice crowd in here. Bet this or book this. I say book it. What do you guys think?
Rangers can't really score. That's one of the problems.
This is right. That's what I don't want. I mean,
but it's
in all seriousness,
there's our resident Rockies fan.
There's Joe again. The Rockies still suck. God himself couldn't make the Rockies better. Bud Black was a scapegoat. He was.
He was. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They fired him and the bench coach. They got rid of both of them. Normally the bench coach just takes over.
Yeah. I mean, if you know that like one of the guys that stays could be a problem because he's, been with the guy for a long time, you got to get rid of everybody.
I love this, Jack. I agree. Add the Cubs to this. It's the team I almost put on here. I'm with you. Cubs against the Marlins.
Cubs are home against the Marlins. That's winning.
So you can do 3 legs. Cubs, Rangers, Mets. Bet it.
Oh,
I
Jack's
like that.
not afraid. There's Stevie Fish. Good to see you in here. Fish.
Rangers run line.
With the Cubs.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Rangers run line on the road is better than Rangers run line at home, but the team can't score.
They can't
Look
score.
at their runs. Oh, they are at home. Never mind. Molly's at home.
Yeah.
Minus 260.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Crap. The Rockies, they have 2 wins on the road.
I know.
2.
I know.
Rockies are 2-14 on the road. They're awful. The worst road team in baseball. So you can do that.
A lot.
Celtics first quarter laying 1.5 to the Knicks.
I mean, you can discuss this. What the hell is there to discuss? I mean, what the hell did they do the first 2 games?
Missed every shot they took. 25 of 100 from behind the arc. Game 3, they went 20 of 40. Shot 50%.
Yeah.
Which is probably what they're doing here tonight.
First quarter again. I like it. It's been the MO.
Yeah. Somebody made this point. I think it might have been on ESPN, but I think it's a good point about the fact that it really is Boston versus Boston. The Knicks don't factor into this. Like if Boston plays the way Boston is capable of playing, the Knicks can't win.
The Knicks don't really play that much defense.
No, the Knicks can play their best game of their lives. If Boston plays their A game, the Knicks are losing. Like it comes down to Boston. This is why the NBA is a little bit in danger because it really has become a 3-point shooting contest for certain teams. For Boston, it really is a 3-point shooting contest. If they go 20 for 40, it's a 20-point win. If they go 25 for 100, they can lose back-to-back games. Celtics team total over 54.5 in the first half. They scored 71 in game 3.
Is this another bet it or book it?
Yes.
Game 2 was so low.
It's in Boston. Game 1 missed 2. This is only hit once. Hit in game 3. That's it.
Minus 110 both sides?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. What's the total in the game?
208.5.
This is going to be close. Unless they shoot the lights out again at the beginning.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
I think if I cover the first quarter.
Yeah, I like him in the first quarter.
If I cover the first quarter, 1.5, there's a really good chance that Boston's going to get over 54.5 points. Maybe 56.
Yeah, it's probably a bet. It's probably a bet. I mean, the game should go over. No?
Sure, maybe. Depends how Boston plays.
Solely dependent on them, not the Knicks at all.
Yeah. So dependent on them. Knicks are going to score 45, 50.
Oh, geez. Second freeze. Snap your fingers. Hold on. He's coming back. In the meantime, CBW came in the chat and said, take the Knicks plus whatever it is at halftime, waiting for a Celtics collapse.
Okay.
I don't know about
sure.
that.
Go ahead. Good luck on that. Nikki, what number are you playing in the first half? Because I bet both games and it missed. So what number did you play in game 1 for Celtics first half team total in game 1? So tell me what number you played to have that hit.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
Because it missed. I mean, I bet it and it didn't count. It didn't count for me. So I would love to go back to the book and say, hey, this is supposed to have cashed. Why didn't this cash? Because
there's so many people that want to see the Celtics lose
course.
To watch you have to deal with people's crap. It's crazy. I'm like, he's not the only Celtics fan, right? Somebody asked me that over the weekend. I was like, he's fine.
I'm just
relax.
the loudest.
Yeah.
You know what? You think he's
Porzingis
right.
is a problem.
I think he's right. I think it's 61. I think it did hit.
Yeah, they
91.
scored 61
It
in the
did
first
hit.
game in the
He's
first
right.
half. There you go.
It did hit.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I thought I missed. It hit. My fault. So yeah, that's good. So it's good to game one,
look
game
at
3.
this.
If you go by game 2, it would have lost.
Scott Foster is the ref. Jackoff said. Scott Foster, the extender, reffing the game, Marcelo.
It is, but Boston doesn't rely on free throws.
Wow.
They don't rely on free throws. I'll give it to you. I mean, having him be in the game is better for the Knicks. I'll give you that. But not when it comes to the way Boston plays. They just don't look for calls. No, he's a problem and he's the X factor. It all comes, I mean, I said this all last 2 years. Boston with Porzingis is a great basketball team. Boston without him is a good basketball team. He's the difference maker. They need
Everybody
him.
always brings up the mistakes you make when you type the graphics.
Yep.
Ian Lights Out said Porzingis. With a T.
Yes. Yes.
Porzingis.
It's just one of those
giving you
situations
crappy-
where if you look at Boston's defense with KP, he creates major problems for the smaller guards like Brunson when they go into the paint. They're dealing with a 7'3" pterodactyl. Like he's just a huge problem that when he's not on the court, I don't care if he's pooping himself or not. Like just get him on the court. Let him stand there in front of the rim. And Boston will be a much better basketball team because of it. So I don't know what he has. I don't know if he has a respiratory infection, if he has mono, if he has, some stomach bug. I don't know, but he's been missing games for this quote illness that they keep on changing way too often. Upper respiratory infection. Like what the heck does the guy have?
Right.
The guy,
know.
it's a great
Boss
question.
is minus 300 for the series. Minus 280 and below.
I would agree,
Jimmy
Jimmy Jack. How in the heck is he? I don't know either. Makes no sense. How are you sick for 2 months? Golden State, Minnesota, over 199.5 tonight.
You like this, huh?
Yeah, I think this game goes over. It's low. It's too low. I'm going to play over. Hit the bottom. Got the bottom price. Game goes over.
I'll say book it. I think the game goes under. I think Golden State might be toast.
Ooh. You can
I
still
don't want
go
him
over
to
with
be.
Golden State being toast, though. If the Warriors, if the T-Wolves score 120, I'm good.
120? The hell's their team total? Can't be. That's
probably
high.
106, maybe 104, somewhere in that range.
I don't know. You guys watching the show, look it up. What's Minnesota's team total tonight?
I mean, they scored 117 in game 2 against them.
Right. What'd they score in game 1, though?
88. They've scored 102,
variance.
117, and 88
Right.
in the 3 games so far.
Just over 100, I think, would be the number. I like under.
Okay. I like over. Vegas, Edmonton, over 6.5.
Yes. Come on. Nothing's changing yet. Not, and especially with Skinner in net,
Yeah.
right? Vegas / Ed. I like the way you did that. It would be EDM usually, but you just
Ed.
stopped it with the M. It's Vegas and Ed.
Ed.
That's good. Yeah.
Vegas and Ed.
Over 6.5.
And if it's not broke, under 5.5.
Yes.
Washington, Carolina.
Number should be 5.
It should be
Yes.
5.
This is a
Yeah.
bet.
3-2 final. Like until someone gives me, 5, I'm going to keep on betting this. It's 3-0 so far in this series. I think it moves to 4-0 in this series.
It's going to go over once.
Sure. And Edmonton and
But it
Vegas
might
will
not go over once if it goes 6.
Oh. Only
I-
game 7,
it-
pull the goalie.
It could be an under series. Completely. The whole series. But if it goes to game 7, there'll probably be 1 over. Just saying. Remember that one.
Okay. But not tonight.
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah, I
Not
don't think
tonight.
tonight. I
No.
think it's a 2-1, 3-1 final. Like it's
I
been-
know I'll be locked into this. I will be locked into this and the baseball and stuff tonight. Boston and New York, I'll keep an eye on it unless the Knicks make it close because I really don't think the Knicks are going to make it close. I have one bet it or book it for you.
Okay.
Arizona at San Francisco baseball. Kelly at Verlander. Bet it or book it if I say San Francisco.
Oh, you have Verlander going?
Yep.
Where is it being played?
At San Francisco.
So they're at home.
Mhm. Tough one.
I love the Giants on the road to over. So the second best over team on the road this year. So, but home, I'll book it. I don't love it, but I'll book it only because I don't trust Verlander. What's his ERA now? 6.5? It's something disgusting. Verlander, I mean, his career is over. How about St. Louis and Philadelphia tonight? That's an awesome game. That's a good game.
Yeah.
Let's see. 4.5 for Verlander.
Okay.
At home, 4.15. Sorry, 4.87 at home for Verlander. 4.15 on the road. Opposing batting average of 238. 11 earned runs in 20 and a third. 19 hits. 7 walks. 20 Ks. Oh boy. Yeah.
Giants will win tonight.
They've only won one game in which Verlander has pitched, and that was the 11th inning game in which he left the game in the 5th after giving up 3 earned runs, and they scored 9 runs in the 11th to win the game 14-5. They've lost every other game he has pitched so far. 6-4, 5-4, 2-0, and 4-3. He's not got much support from his teammates when he's pitched.
And Yankees in Seattle. I say
Seattle.
Yankees.
Give
Oh,
me
you like it?
Seattle.
Okay. All right. We're opposite on that too.
Yeah, give me Seattle on that. They're at
All
home, right?
Yep. Seattle
I mean,
at home. Hancock.
The Yankees can't pitch. I mean, do you watch much of that series against the A's? I mean,
Just a couple bits and pieces.
they got problems. Judge is on a different planet. He's batting 400. Judge is on a different world. But other than Judge, Yankees really can't hit, and they can't pitch. Like, that's not a good baseball team. They're 23-17 because of their schedule. They're 10-9 on the road. Yeah, give me the Mariners. And Schmidt goes today. I mean, my God, they thought he was going to be the savior for them.
Hancock today.
He's not good either. 1-1 with a 5.7 ERA, 156 WHIP. But they've won 4 straight games in which he's pitched, though. So
I'll do the baseball work after the show. I'll be on with Wet, so I'll have some other baseball plays maybe there. Like, we'll talk about all the games because I don't think the basketball game is going to be competitive, at least the first one. I really don't. I think the Celtics are going to win pretty handily tonight.
Let's hope. I'll sign for that right now. Give me that right now. I'll be gladly bored watching that game. It'll make me happy to watch that game being bored. The second game, though, is where we find the prop bet of the day. I am going to jump in. I've been waiting to do this during this series with our prop bet of the day to go into Naz Reid. Points, rebounds, and assists for Naz Reid.
The PRA.
Over 17.5 for a guy who needs to have a big game. Needs to have a big game here today.
So what does he average points wise?
So 11.5 is the prop for points. 4.5 for rebounds, 1.5 for assists.
So don't ever get assists then.
He's
Pretty
hit
rare.
this 2 out of the last 3 games. He's hit this number against Golden State in this series.
Thanks to the points?
Thanks to the points. Yeah. 19, 11, and 9 is what he has scored points-wise in this series each game. Game 1, he flew over. Game 2, he wound up with 19. Game 3, he wound up with 14 points, rebounds, and assists. So he had 5 assists in game 2. So he can do it at times. But mostly it's the rebounds. 5, 3, and 3 for the rebounds. If he scores 15 points, if he scores 13, 14 points, we're good.
You should be right.
And they need Naz Reid to score that many points.
I would say book it. What's the price on this?
Minus
just
110.
110?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on, let me make sure it's yes. Most books have gone to 18.5 now. It's gone over. It's up.
it was
17.5. When I bet it was 17.5. Now it's 18.
I'm saying book it, but I don't know if I believe it.
Okay.
I don't, because this could be, depending on how the game plays out, he can see minutes.
Well, it's super low he always plays good minutes, but it's also lower than what it's been. I mean, 17.5. The prop was 17.5 in game 1, and he had 25. Then it was 19.5. He had 19. Then it was 19. He had 14. So
he went back to this number. I'd have left
generally
19.5, 19.
yeah. generally speaking, it's been either 18.5 or 19.5 for him. I mean, we're talking going back all the way. I mean, damn, in March, it was 30.5, his points, rebounds, and assists.
Wow.
So
Wow.
he was being used more in March, obviously, but I think he has a big game here tonight.
Oh my.
Over
Yeah.
points, rebounds, and assists for Nasri.
I'll say book it just because it's the Monday and we're back, and I'm just going to book the proper play of the day. Thanks for that graphic, though. That's fantastic. The show is flying by with all these little updates and different segments. This is awesome.
Well, we have this as well. Always fun when we have a time to talk about Ohtani and Ohtani Watch. After a 3-run home run that wasn't a walk-off per se, but it was the game winner in a 14-11 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks, Dave Roberts compared Ohtani to Barry Bonds. He said he's seen 2 players in Major League Baseball that have performed and hit at this level. He said Barry Bonds was 1, Ohtani is 2. Is he in that category for you?
I've been talking about it for a couple of years, just to try to say, like, appreciate what we're seeing because we're never seeing this. I don't think we've ever seen this before. And like what we saw last year with the 50-50 was it for me.
Yeah.
This guy steals bases on top of hitting the way he hits.
On top
for
of
power,
pitching.
for average.
And he pitches.
Well, yes. And he pitches, by the way.
Oh, by the way, he pitches.
By the way, he did pitch. I still don't know if he's pitching, but we'll get to that in a
Yeah.
second. Is Barry Bonds? Like Barry Bonds was getting walked with the bases empty.
And should Ohtani?
I don't know. Like Bonds was hitting in the middle of the order. I mean, this hitting Ohtani at the beginning and then having Betts and Freeman after him. How do you walk him? But
On base of 410, slugging of 641. He's batting 308 with 21 RBIs and 12 home runs. He has stolen 10 bases already.
yeah,
Like, it's insane. His total bases, he has 100 total bases already. It's May
like-
12th.
it's literally like nothing I've ever seen before since Bonds for sure. But like the way he's doing it, and then the ability to steal the bases, sets him apart from because guys who can steal bases couldn't hit like this. Never did. Like, you know, they hit some home runs, but they didn't get all this stuff. You're right, Garby. Bonds was getting walked with the bases loaded too.
Yeah. But that was because of the home runs and because the guys batting behind him were not seen as dangerous or as dangerous. The lineup for the Dodgers, you sure you want to walk Ohtani? You want to go pitch to Betts? You want to go pitch to Freeman? You want to go pitch to that lineup with guys on base? No.
No, it doesn't make it any easier.
So there's no benefit for walking Bonds or walking Ohtani.
Walking, right.
It burns you.
Just want to shout out all the people in Japan that are watching the show. Thank you
Hi.
guys very much. You know, we try to do the Ohtani watch every day. He gives us something to talk about every day. P-Rod, I love it. I don't know. I mean, do you just bet his prop over? A lot of people just bet his prop over, like total bases over every day.
Well, I mean, we learned what he did in Miami. So when he plays in Miami, bet the home run prop because he loves that ballpark and keeps on hitting home runs in that ballpark. Today, I mean, you can keep betting it if you want and just blindly bet it.
Well, they're off today.
Or tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Tomorrow when they start their series in against the A's at home tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
So
How big of a favorite? What's the pitching matchup tomorrow?
Knack versus Springs tomorrow.
Okay, so it won't be
And then
ridiculous.
it's Yamamoto against
Oh, boy.
Hogland. And then Sasaki against Bido.
Oh,
So the Diamond the
$4?
Dodgers start a what is this? A 10-game homestand. They play the A's tomorrow for start of 3, then the Angels for 4,
Oh,
and
my.
the Diamondbacks for 3.
8-2, 7-3.
Got a good series. You got a bunch of games at home for the Dodgers next week. Then I'll go back on the road to then they go to the Mets on the 23rd of May.
What the hell is the number for tomorrow? I mean, it's got to be
high.
I mean, $3. Knack at home against Springs.
Nope. ESPN bet's got it at 190. Money line.
Okay. Springs is a lefty then. Has to be. Yeah, Springs is a lefty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Springs is a
Okay,
lefty.
so
4-3 with a
190
4.81.
light. That ain't closing at 190, boys. I can
Take
tell
it
you that
now.
right now. Yeah. That's if you want to use the Dodgers in a parlay and use it for tomorrow, you can use that. And Cleveland is playing at home against Milwaukee. And you can safely use Cleveland. That's it. You get a day in advance play there.
There you go. All
Against Quinn Priester. You guys want more plays? We'll shoot them out every once in a while.
There's a Tuesday.
Yank
play
them
for
out
you
of
guys.
me.
Ohtani is still months away from pitching. That was the report that came out yesterday. Should he even pitch at all? Like even at all this year?
I said it last year.
Shut him down, right? Just say, hey, you're just going to hit. Don't worry about pitching.
No, listen, man. I want to keep Shohei happy.
Okay.
Go throw in a bullpen all you want. I ain't putting you in the game. Just so you know. You go throw in a bullpen all you want. That's fine. You can play long toss. You can do all that stuff. I ain't putting you in the mound. I'm not. I don't need you to do that. But keep working on it because there might come a time I will call on you. And when I do,
playoffs.
just like the Godfather, I'm going to need you to step up and do, So, yeah, I don't think. Do you think he should pitch?
No. Not this year. No. It's not. You don't need him.
No.
Because if he gets hurt, even tired, even if he just gets tired, I need him for the productivity. I need a stolen base threat every time he's on base. Right. I need a guy with the power that he brings to the plate. I need the good version of Shohei.
They should be listening to what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't need him.
Put my listening glasses
The pitching stuff
is
it's great if you're forced into it, if you have a gun to your head situation, but by option, by choice, no, I'm not putting him out there.
Can you run a poll real quick for the boys for the rest of the show?
Yep.
Will Ohtani pitch in 2025? Yes or no?
Will he? Interesting.
Will Ohtani
question.
pitch today on May 12th? We're asking.
So not should he?
No, I just need to know what the audience thinks, and the live audience is a huge part of the show. So, will Shohei Ohtani pitch in 2025? Yes or no? Can you make an option of hell no, Nicky Ceramello? No, you should, though. That would probably be pretty good. But see, JPC the fourth says yes.
Interesting.
Will Ohtani pitch in 2025? Vote right now. The poll is up. Yes or no? Live on the BvB. I don't think so.
You're waiting on this kid still? The kid at LSU?
Will Ohtani throw a pitch before Jack Caglianone?
He was the first pick overall for the
plays
Royals.
the game in the majors. JC from Casey. Thank you, sir.
They've been waiting. He's one of their saviors. They're waiting for this kid to come up. He played with, didn't he play? No, he played for Florida. Sorry, he played against Skeens. He didn't play for LSU. He played for Florida. He's the switch hitting, do everything kid. He played for Florida. Took him to the College World Series. Pitched to.
Oh, third freeze. Bet the over. Over cashes. Matt freezes was 2. Over minus a quarter. We had the number 2. So over cashes. You're good. You're back.
Rafael Devers has reached base in 8 of his last 9 plate appearances. All since he met with ownership when they told him to shut up and go play first base.
You excited about this?
Absolutely not. That Devers is a baby? No. I'm not. This is the worst thing you can do in the city of Boston. You cannot be a me first guy. You cannot be a $30 million a year selfish baby and then go and tell on yourself publicly on mic and camera when they ask you about the general manager and you say he played ball, he should go into the market and go find someone to play first base. Didn't say in English, but he said in Spanish. But you can't do that in a city like Boston.
Uh-oh.
It looks bad. It makes you, it's the quickest route to get booed at Fenway Park than to come off like a selfish prima donna when your team is in a tough spot. Yes, they came to you and said, we're signing Alex Bregman. Sorry, we're taking your position. And so you went ahead and you pouted for 2 weeks and you sucked. And now you're hitting 400 because you locked in as a DH and you committed to being a DH. Now I need you to go learn first base. Okay? No one said you had to do it. They said go learn the position. And if you can't play it, no one's going to make you go out there if you can't play it. But if you can play first base, that can be your permanent position. And now we can go find someone else to DH. And we have 2 corner infielders with big bats. One guy's a lefty, one guy's a righty. It works. I like it. Everyone likes it, but Rafi doesn't like it. And Rafi's out there telling the GM you played ball, go into the market. Rafi, that's not your job, guy. Don't do that. Don't tell people what to do. That looks really, John Henry got on a damn plane and flew to Kansas City to go sit down with this guy and say, stop talking. Right. Stop talking to the media, man. What are you doing?
This last 2-minute part of the Bostonian versus book, reviews expressed by Matt Peralt, former solo host of his own show back in the day, Pushing the Odds. And
yes,
good thing that the 15-minute Daily Juice is only 15 minutes because when you get on a roll about one of your guys' teams or anything like that was some you got to let that out. That's good. Don't hold.
I don't understand it. It's such an annoying thing. Because he's on my team, so I got to cheer for this guy.
Right.
And he hit a 440. Sorry, Will, fucking home run yesterday.
Oh,
he hit a 440-foot bomb.
Yeah,
hit the thing to the moon.
Yeah.
And yet you're like, just play first base, Rafi. Can you just please play first base? Right. Can you just please just get a glove? Just.
I think it must have got lost in translation a little bit. Like if you could just play first base, like try. Like we know maybe you can't, and if you can't, we'll get you out of there.
Right.
Like we don't want you to hurt the team. We don't want you to hurt yourself. If you're going to spike yourself, we've seen you make diving plays at third. The problem a lot of times was you couldn't throw it across.
And you couldn't field either.
At first, you ain't even got to throw most of the time. Just catch the ball and stay in the lineup so we can get this other guy in the DH spot too, and it'll make the lineup better. So maybe it was all.
You could bring up one of the kids. Boston has 3 top 10 prospects, 2 of which are raking at AAA. So you can bring them up and have them be the DH and have them go play that for a while and then platoon them in the outfield and do whatever you got to do in the outfield. Right. There's a million different things that Boston gets if you can move Devers out of the DH spot. He has to be in the lineup every day. It's the best bat they've got. But it's one thing if you're like, I really can't play this, guys. Well, then go and show that you can't play it. Be willing to try. Will Campbell, I know they're totally different situations, but this is what Boston people are doing right now. Will Campbell at his first press conference for the Patriots after being drafted 4th overall was asked, will you play left tackle or right tackle? And he said, well, I'll do whatever the team wants me to do. I'm here to play. Like I want to play. I'm a left tackle, but if they want me to play right tackle, okay. Will you play in the 2-point stance or 3-point stance? What does the team want me to do? 2-point stance, whatever they want me to do. I'll play at a 2-point stance or I'll play at a 3-point stance. Whatever they need me to do, I will do.
Yeah.
That's all fans want to hear. You're paid millions to play a kid's game. So even if behind closed doors, you're like, I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? I'm not playing that position. You just say it publicly. You don't give the media the red meat that they want and the callers what they're looking for to drag you for 2 days, calling you a selfish baby.
Right.
Bad look all the way around. Bad look. But he's been red hot since. So it's kind of like one way or the other. We mentioned they're
playing Detroit tonight.
They are, and they'll beat them. No, they won't. Who's going? It's not
Job.
Job. Oh, yeah.
They're dogs at home.
Red
Detroit's a dog at home to this
team.
Be.
Yeah, they should be. Should be. To Boston's lineup, they should be.
Flyers win.
We mentioned this. Lance McCullers getting death threats after his performance against the Reds. 7 runs in 1 inning in the first inning, 10-run first inning for Cincinnati. Game ended 13-8, by the way. So it wasn't like a 13-0 blowout. Houston did score. But people are trying to blame this on gambling.
I think the gambling hasn't helped it because a lot more people want to say stuff because supposedly more people are gambling. But
entitlement?
Social media has allowed people to have forums and voices that they normally wouldn't have.
Probably shouldn't.
Probably should not in some cases. Like everybody needs to be heard at some point in your life, but like all the time to go after a player because he played bad, you can boo, you can say stuff like, but you start to go after the family, the kids, and then you involve death threats. What?
Yeah.
Like,
it's the second time.
What the hell is that?
It's the second time that I felt really nauseous about something that happened because Jaron Duran went on that Netflix show and admitted that he almost killed himself.
Yeah.
That he admitted that he had a gun and he pulled the trigger and the gun didn't go off because he was so down and so mentally distraught and needed a lot of help. And he was saying, I'm going to speak out because I want to help the next people behind me understand that, get help, go and talk to somebody. And then a fan said to him, you should have killed yourself. And he lost it on him. Like he literally went after the guy. The guy was ejected and like just despicable. It's the second time I've been like, we're going down a really nasty path. Like as a society, we have to understand, regardless of how much money you get paid, regardless of how much money you paid for a ticket, it doesn't give you the right to be a shitty human.
Right.
Like you can be a jagoff, you can be a jerk fan, you can be, an instigator or whatever. But there is a difference between saying to somebody like, oh, Judge, you suck, and Judge, go kill yourself.
Right.
Like those are two different conversations. Those are two different things being said.
And you have to assume that the person knew about Duran.
Oh, without a doubt. 100%.
Said it.
Yeah.
So
why said it to him?
We just have to be better. Nikki just said it in the chat. As a society, we have to be better. I think the level of respect that we have to have for each other in everyday life, like bad service doesn't give you a right to go after a server. Personally, you can say, man, kitchen having a bad day today. Like I've been waiting for this food for a long time. It's ice cold, and you can say it in a way that your point is made without making it like everything elevates to personal. Very, very.
I feel like Amanda wants to say like, listen to Dave, because I almost had a heart attack in the airport a couple on the way back from Jamaica.
I've seen it. I've seen you when we flew to do the Del Mar show. I had to pull the one woman aside and say, like, look, we're under a lot of stress. Little did I know that you would not be able to talk, like, and wake up the next day with all that other stuff. Like you were going to blow.
Right.
Like, and I kept saying, just like, and I told her, I'm like, look, we're under the gun. You got to unpack this whole bag. Like, do you really have to do this? Yeah, we do. Okay.
I was so pissed off when we landed in Orlando. So they had switched our flights. They thought our flight was going to be delayed. And so we had a connecting flight in Orlando. So they put us on a later flight and then a later connection. Well, they moved us back to the original flight because it was no longer delayed. They never moved us off the connection flight, never put us back on it. They kept us off of it. So we had a 4-hour delay in Orlando. And I wanted to kill the guy for it. Cause I was like, why would you move us back to the original and then not go and put us back on the second flight? He's like, I'm really sorry. I don't know why we did that. I go, so then where are our flights? Well, they go, well, they sold it to somebody else. I go, you sold our seats to somebody else. She said, yeah. I go, you're the one that moved us off the first flight. Right. Boy. So what are we doing for this? Sir, what do you want me to do? I'm going to put you on this next flight. You're going to fly home. I was like, steam out of my, and Amanda was like,
how about I want a one-way ticket somewhere?
That's what I said. I was like, and Amanda was like, She's like, she looked at me. She goes, nope. And we walked away. I was like, really? She's like, I'll handle this another way, but it's not worth it. That guy's not going to do anything.
Right.
I was like, it's not his fault. I'm like, fine, not his fault. But the idea of like, I'm sorry is not good enough. Like, you sold our seat. I go, I think they intentionally did that. They wanted to sell the seat. And she's like, you don't know that. I'm like, you're right. I don't know that, but it feels very weird that this is what happened. This all was very strange.
When we flew to Nashville and did the show, which again, you guys, that show in Nashville was so important.
Oh yeah.
For so many reasons. You guys will, someday you'll know. But like, that was when I landed, I went to get a car and they said it was delayed and we didn't have cars. Like, I was like, you guys don't have cars? Okay. You have to wait. I said, where do I wait? Like, right over there. You'll call me. Like,
right.
I can't leave the airport because I'm waiting for the car. So I'll just be hanging out over here. And then I waited, and 45 minutes later to an hour, I had a car. Well, I went up to pick up the paperwork and there was another woman there who just got off a plane berating the same woman who told me that how I have a reservation and I need a car and this and that. And I was like, ma'am, with all due respect, nobody got a car. Everybody's been waiting. They're literally waiting to bring them back. They hose them off and then they're turning them right around. I waited an hour for my car and I also had a reservation. Do you think if she had a car, she would give it to you? 100%. And she's like, well, it's still not right, sir, but thank you. Because I needed to hear that. And I was like, cool. Okay. So I think just in general, the fact that sports guys are getting death threats over games.
Yeah.
How much money are you freaking betting if it's because of betting?
I don't think it's because of betting. I think betting is an easy scapegoat.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, they blame the fan behavior on betting.
I don't believe it's. I think it's human beings.
Most of the fans are loaded, boozed up, who knows what up, and it's not always because of the gambling. The gambling is a quick scapegoat.
Well, I also think it's because we have whittled down the wall that used to be up between players and fans. Like, there used to be like this bar, this like invisible barrier that you couldn't get at players, really. Like, if you did, you got ejected and you were never allowed back. But social media enables us to get at players in their DMs or in messages or whatever. And that has enabled us, when we see them in person, we feel way more emboldened to say things because we've already said it to them online. Now I got him in front of me. Now I can really say a lot. Now I can really talk. And now you can hear me when I say it. And then I get a reaction. Then your head turns and I got you. And now it's even more. Like, I've seen it with a bunch of group of like 18, 20-year-old kids that are doing it. Like, they talk until the player acknowledges them. And then they really talk because they got the guy's attention. And now it gets really nasty. So it's a weird place because these kids are growing up with the ability to write Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant might respond to you.
Right.
Like, KD, you sucked last night. And he goes back and says, oh yeah, right. So is your mom. Like, you get that whole thing, right?
Oh.
Like, so the
favorite thing about today is we're going to talk about I guess after we sign off quickly, but don't.
That's what happens
right now, please.
Well, I'm saying, but that's
Mother's Day yesterday.
Kevin Durant does that. Like that's what happens, where you might get a reply, and then you go to school the next day and you run around and you're like, look what I got back, Kevin Durant. Like, you got the attention of this star player who has 12 million followers or whatever he's got. So that's the difference, that people feel way more comfortable saying things that they never thought they would ever say.
I mean, so we have Bear Maulings, dear friend of the show. He's a dealer, in Vegas. And he said here, people blame him when the cards are bad. Like, they blame him when they lose and stuff. But he said it's doubly funny because the people that take it personally when they lose at blackjack because of me also think they shouldn't tip me when they win because I didn't do anything.
Wow. We have a really bad problem in this country of not tipping, by the way. I really learned that on my trip to Jamaica. I really wasn't very happy with my brethren in Boston watching people, having these people take gigantic, huge bags and move these gigantic bags. And it was like, I don't know, out of every 10 people, one person would like give a $5 bill. I was like, guys, like, what are we doing here? Like, this is like, well, nobody tips. Nobody tips. Isn't that our problem, not their problem? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like we have to talk about the service industry a little bit here in terms of what, if you're asking someone to do something above and beyond their job, that's just a simple tip. Like, that's not $10.
Could you be a bellman ever?
Could I or would I?
Somebody asked me that the other day.
Could I be one?
Yeah.
I could be one. I could be a doorman in New York. Yeah.
Right.
I could do that. I could take care of people in that way.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't want to be.
Why would you do it in New York, man? It's be freezing in the winter.
Big money. Guaranteed. The guaranteed Christmas present is a good deal there with doorman. Yeah.
Remember those guys in Chicago when we did it at the Continental or the Intercontinental? Those guys at the door. I love those guys. Like, I'd be a great bellman. I'd load the bags up, take you right up your room.
You like talking to people though.
I love it.
You would spend half the time talking on the 5th floor at somebody, and you do like 3 trips a day. You would spend like 3 hours upstairs talking about someone's
That's a
life
problem.
story.
Yeah, you got to hustle with that job. That may not work.
Someone's
out.
life
You're
story.
Right. Yeah.
You would learn everything about them before you end up doing that. For you guys who are watching live, don't move. If you're on the replay crew, thank you for being here. We're back tomorrow here on Sports Grid and Sirius XM. The rest of you, bonus time. A bellhop or bellman?
Bellhop, bellman, same thing.
Yeah, same thing, right?
Yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
The Brigade Practice Service NFL story of the day. Ooh, we got a game.
Holy crap, that was super loud today.
We'll have Reed soon with this, and we'll
That's
have all sorts
fantastic.
of fun stuff with this. You can always text us. The Brigade Practice Service phone number is running down beneath you, so you guys can text us to make your appointment for us as you guys are coming in.
And that's how you can reach out. Someone asked earlier in the chat, how do they get a hat? The hats things has not been put on hold, but you can send a text to the text line, and we'll get to it. 570-702-570-8255.
Yep.
But that's how you get in touch with us. It's a text only line. You can try and you can call it. We don't answer it usually. And you can leave a voicemail.
Yes.
Someone will hear it, and maybe we'll get back to you at some point. But
No,
thank you for texting.
If you call, you're gonna get a fuck off. Don't call.
You're gonna get a voicemail. 100%.
Yeah. Don't do that. That's not worth it. Text us. We'll text you right back. Do not call us on that phone number. The 2025 NFL football season will open with the Philadelphia Eagles laying 6.5 points against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Do you like the opener?
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be more.
No, the opponent, not the line.
Oh. I mean, do we have to open with an NFC East team all the time?
Well, they're the champs.
That's fine.
Champs play on Thursday, so it's always going to be the champs.
Right.
I think it had to be a divisional game because I think that makes it really interesting.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, the Cowboys. Like, I like the game, but
Right.
I would rather the Commanders would have been way more fun. That game would have mattered.
That's fine.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to be very good.
They're going to be terrible.
So, like, I don't think they're going to be very good. So, like, I'd rather
The
have
official
the Commanders.
schedule comes out this week. You know that?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Big party Wednesday night.
I just don't
They
get
announced
it.
the international games tomorrow.
Yeah.
So today was the opener.
Steelers are
Tomorrow's
playing an international game. I can't
They
believe
are.
it.
They are.
Yeah. Eagles are going to crush them.
You know me pretty well.
That already has an Eagles minus a half and over teaser. There you go.
That's tremendous.
There you go. Yeah.
That's great. When do I want to bet that? I don't know. It's a good question. I'll probably bet that in August. I'll be
Right.
bored and be like, fuck, go ahead and we'll bet this. That's fine. That's great. I love that. Yes. I miss teasers. Oh, give me back the teaser time. Let's go. Got to find some different
Here we go.
different approaches to bet. I miss football betting so much. Oh, it's so much fun. Give me back to football season. Let's go. You're gonna have to suffer through the season. You haven't had to suffer through a bad season like I have the last 3 years.
Listen, it's a different suffering when you know you're mediocre and at best, like you're going to win 9 games. And then if you make the playoffs, you're going to absolutely get smacked in the first round. That's a different kind of suffering.
I am being sort of set up like Lucy with the football because everyone loves the Patriots.
Oh, I know. It's great.
So everyone is just thinking this team's in the playoffs and this team's going to win 10 games. And
no doubt.
but they could be the Washington Commanders of last year. It really could happen.
Wow. Whoa.
Why? Why not? They're very similar.
Win 11 games.
They're very similar.
Holy crap. That's a huge jump up.
Look at the storylines. What happened in year 1 in Washington? They thought Daniels sucked. In year 2, he became an MVP candidate. They had a coach that didn't really know what was going on. They made a coaching change. Bam, all of a sudden they were rolling. They have a defensive line. They had a running game.
There's some parallels there.
Our division, way better than, way easier than the NFC East. We're the AFC
True.
East. AFC East has got, we got 2 guaranteed wins, if not 3, baked into our schedule. So, can beat the Dolphins once, beat the Jets twice.
Not bad.
So, it's not entirely impossible.
I mean, there's some parallels there. I would rely. I mean, the NFC Championship game. They got.
Good question, Bear. I think the floor would be 10 losses. 7-10 would be the floor.
I can't wait to go through the schedule, but I know the opponents. I did look at it. I mean, you could make an argument that the floor is 7-10. You can make an argument that it might be 6-11. When I looked at it, I thought, okay, if things go bad. I mean, if the kid gets hurt, right? They're toast.
If Drake May gets hurt,
yeah.
Good night.
Right. That's what I mean. They're toast. Yeah.
Yeah. Good night. Like, yeah, they're disaster.
Bears at 5-12. I don't know. I think they win 5 or 6 games for sure.
Yeah.
Boy, double-digit wins would be a huge jump up.
If you have 10 wins for the Patriots, Vrabel's in the Coach of the Year conversation.
Without a doubt.
So I don't know if they'll win 10. I think 9 and 8 is probably what they wind up going.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
We'll see. I ain't saying shit yet. I don't know.
Daniels has
bonus time, right?
the O-line right now, but the Patriots have retooled their offensive line. Let's see what Campbell looks like. Let's see what the 2 guys they signed look like. Let's see. Patriots on paper, we don't know what their offensive line looks like. Let's see what they look like for sure. Time for favorite thing about today. Favorite thing about today is what?
1 that we got to do the show. 2 that's a day after Mother's Day. I'm wearing the Las Vegas Aviators Mother's Day edition hat because I had a couple really, really good conversations with my mom over the weekend.
Nice.
It was really, really good to talk to her, spend some time on the phone with her. I could not go down to see her, and I was pretty bummed out about it. So it was just a good reminder that no matter how old you are, if your mom is still with us, make sure that you know, she'll be fine. If you didn't talk to her yesterday, to call her today.
Sure.
And for those of us that, don't have your mom, those first ones, those first couple, when I lost my dad, Father's Day was a somber day, and the kids would try to celebrate with me, and I just wasn't having it. Just know that they're still with you. That's the message. But I was very, very excited to talk to my mom over the weekend, and I just wanted to say that was my favorite thing about the weekend. As good as the games were and all that other stuff, that was my favorite thing about today, yesterday, all of it.
Show today, absolutely. Our conversation earlier today was tremendous, and really glad that we had a chance to do that.
Yes.
To sit down and have some chats about some stuff. And
today
is the end. Today is finals day. My class will submit their final podcast today. So this is the end of year number 4, going into year number 5 for me. I believe it's 5. I think 10 or 8 or 10 number of times I've taught the class. I can't remember. It's one of the 2, but it's always fun to get to the end for them too. But every May I get to live vicariously through these kids in so many ways. And I've taught so many of them now to watch them. One of my students turned 24 yesterday. She's putting out a whole album of music, and it's wild to be like watching them blossom into adults. And May is such an interesting time because it's when I graduated, when you graduated. It's like you harken back. I watched a Penn State graduation video a couple days ago. It was pretty interesting. You guys really get into that We Are Penn State thing, man. You guys really at your whole, like, the walk, get your diploma. You guys are all streaming that in the middle of it.
It's wild. I had one of my dearest friends in life, Moses the barber. His daughter graduated Penn State this weekend. And instead of being able to go up and spend the night, they had a 2-night minimum at the hotels at Penn State, and it was $1,000 a night. So instead of driving up from Pittsburgh and like Friday and then spending the day and hanging out and doing all this stuff and then going to graduation and hanging out and then going home, they got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drove up Saturday morning, went to the graduation, hung out, and drove home. 3 hours each way to save $1,000, but
worth it,
or $2,000. Like,
worth it.
Very different than what I remember it. The chief editor of GQ magazine spoke at my high school or college graduation. He came back. He's a Penn State grad.
Nice.
He was awesome. I had no idea what I was going to do. We had a lot of adversity and stuff going on with the family at that time. There was a lot of things happening. I had no job. I had no prospects. I had no nothing. But my dad cried like a baby because I was the oldest and first to graduate.
Wow.
I didn't see him doing it, but my brothers and sisters were there, and my friends that I went to college with said, your dad was really, like, proud of you.
That's awesome.
So it was a big deal. I can't wait to see my kids graduate at some point because I guarantee that the biggest yes, I will be crying 100.
Yeah.
Minus 50,000 isn't enough. The price.
I think I cried at Madeline's kindergarten graduation.
We got 5th grade graduation next week.
Right. It's coming up. I guarantee you I'm going to cry at her 5th grade graduation. 100%.
Oh, it's a 100%. Lock.
Yeah.
It's the last one. I mean, it's the only one for you.
Yeah, it's my only.
It's the last one for us. It's a lock. I am crying 100%.
Could be busted up for sure. And finally, Parkway Tavern here in Vegas. I think you guys are awesome. If you've been to Vegas, you've probably seen Parkway Tavern around town.
It's a great job.
So they went and bought 0.4 billboards all over Edmonton today.
0.4.
So So just want to give them a complete attaboy shout out to the Parkway Tavern for going ahead and buying a bunch of billboards all over Edmonton before the game tonight that just says 0.4. That's all it says is 0.4.
That's fantastic.
Go Knights go. It says 0.4 Parkway Tavern. Go Knights go is the
wow.
is the billboard.
Oh, it's going to be a great game tonight, boys and girls. If you're up and you can stay up late back east, stay up late and watch it. It's going to be 100%. It's going to be electric.
100% worth watching that game tonight. It's going to be awesome. He is Dave. I'm Matt. We're back tomorrow for another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book.